AI's number one creative idea to reduce obesity. What do you think it is? If you had to guess without looking, what do you think it is? If we asked the AI, what's it going to take? What do you think the number one thing it recommended? If you're looking at the screen, obviously no. The number one thing that AI says about having creative ideas around reducing obesity is encouraging physical activity. Just the other day I was having a conversation with a friend, and we're talking about, there's some things that we can control. There's some things that we can't control in life, right? So what I have found is that in most cases, some level of physical activity is something that almost everyone can control, unless it's a really horrible situation. Almost everyone, we can control our physical activity. I love what Martin Luther King says. If you can fly, fly. If you can run, run. If you can walk, walk. And if you can crawl, crawl. So that's kind of how I feel, is that you just keep going. You do the best you can with whatever you have, right? And that is the number one thing AI says, is encourages physical activity. And then what have I been teaching everyone? Number one thing that I feel like on the base of the exercise, my exercise pyramid, is exercise, right? So there you go. Even through AI, they acknowledge that exercise is the number one thing, right? So I'm going to do a quick volume check, make sure that we have volume. And we do have volume. Okay, good. Just making sure. Sometimes the volume don't have volume, it could mess up a whole video. So that is the number one thing, right? So that's whatever you can do. And when it comes to exercise, kind of generally the way that I break it down with the people I'm working with. So in case you're just want to take in your own notes, if, by the way, you are interested in a complimentary 20-minute call to go over your goals and find out what coaching is all about, just send me a text. The number is right there. I think I'm doing it right this time. It's right there on the screen. Just send me a text any time of the day, and I'll get back to you as soon as I can, or night. And then, okay, so encouraging physical activity. That's the best thing. So now when it comes to your physical activity, think about this. What if you have a twin-engine airplane, right? Say we have a twin-engine airplane, and say one engine is strength training, and one engine is cardiovascular training, right? Now, imagine if you have both engines going on the airplane strong, right? How's that's going to be great, right? Now, but a lot of people are uncomfortable with one or the other. Generally, I feel like weight training can be intimidating for a lot of people. So maybe they do just cardio, right? So what happens to that plane? If you just have one engine of cardio going, you're not going to get around as efficiently as if you have both engines going on your airplane. Does that make sense? So I want you in your program to consider having some sort of strength training and some sort of cardiovascular training. Usually you want to build some muscle, and cardiovascular, exercise your heart, lungs, circulate that blood, burn that fat, whatever it is your goal is, right? So that's something to consider. Now, number two, I'm going to go over some of these ones just to, maybe it'll help you. But number two is nutrition education. So that's what I'm doing right here. So that's actually on back to the pyramid that I normally teach from. Number two is nutrition. So that just happened to be what AI says, nutrition education. Now, that's a lot of what I do in my coaching. And you can learn from Google. If you're motivated enough, you can learn from chat, OpenAI. You can learn from a lot of things. It's really applying. So you learn everything that you can, do a great study, and then use what you feel is best for you. Does that make sense? Don't let other people, I was just listening to my mentor earlier today, and he said something like, sometimes we'll read a book, like say specifically on nutrition, and it'll say, oh, eat this way. It's the healthiest way to live forever and be healthy and all these things. And then the following week or so, you'll read a book, say, if you eat these things, you'll die, and so we come across mixed messages all the time. Consider yourself like a filter. absorb, learn, take in everything that I'm saying, and then do your own research. Learn from Google, learn from wherever you can, right? And then absorb and take action on what works for you. Everyone, one thing I've learned in my many years of doing this is that everyone is unique. We are all unique. You are unique, and your needs and your certain things, your likes and dislikes are going to be unique. So when it comes to nutrition, a couple things. Okay, well, before I get to that, number one is, say, for example, you're trying to build a healthy physique. This is what I wanted to share with you. Say, for example, you're trying to build your healthiest physique. Say, for example, we're trying to build a house, a beautiful home, right? Trying to build this beautiful home. Now imagine if we only have half of the materials necessary to build the house, right? So if we only have half the materials necessary to build the house, how far are we going to get? Not very far, right? That's the thing, right? So it's not very far. So when it comes to the food that you and I eat on a daily basis, I'm going through a growth phase right now. My goal is to add 10 more pounds of lean muscle in my frame, right? So it's nutrition, it's sleep. When we work out in the gym, we're just breaking the body down. It's through the rest and recovery that the body adapts and gets better and stronger. So when it comes to your house, the foods that you and I eat on a daily basis are going to determine your house, what the Bible calls your temple. So the foods that you eat every day is like a temple into your body. What are you going to put into your temple? You're building this beautiful temple. Imagine you're building this beautiful temple, right? But your body is that temple. Your body is a temple. What are you going to build it with? Let's build it with some wholesome foods, right? Fruits and vegetables and whole grains and proteins like legumes, lentils, nuts, and seeds, and all kind of good stuff. There's all kind of good things, right? But those are just some things to consider. We want to build them with good supplies, right? Good supplies. So that's another thing. So I do recommend considering watching 3 documentaries. I was talking about this with some friends earlier. There's a few different ones. Actually, I'm going to give you 4 to consider watching. Number 1 in my book is The Game Changers, right? And it depends on the person, but I feel like The Game Changers is the most current, and it talks a lot about what I feel is the best way I just feel like it's the best way. That's how I feel. Other people feel the other ways, right? But I feel like what The Game Changers is promoting is what I feel is also that is for me. And that's the thing. Watch it for yourself. You decide. So consider watching The Game Changers. Consider watching Forks Over Knives. What I like about Forks Over Knives is the doctors that put that together are still active on social media today. And they're very sincere. And it's a great way to learn. It comes from more of a health perspective, right? Forks Over Knives. Then consider watching the documentary Dominion. Okay, it's called Dominion, right? That's on a lot of places. A lot of these streaming services, you just gotta look around for them. Dominion. And then number 4, I'm gonna give you a 4th one, bonus one to consider watching, is Seaspiracy. A lot of these documentaries, I'm gonna give you a backwards look at what's going on in these industries. And sometimes when you can see what's going on and how bad it is, and you don't want to be a part of it. And that's just another reason to not even eat it anyway. Because in my book, you don't need a lot of those kind of foods, right? So those are some documentaries to consider watching: The Game Changers, Forks Over Knives, Dominion, and Seaspiracy, right? We're going to be we're working on a sharing link to get those. I tried to sign up for it before this, but I couldn't quite get it to generate a code. So, but there's ways that we're trying to get that message out. It's one of our parts of activism is to get those documentaries out. So please consider watching them. If you have any questions about it, please let me know. All right. And then I'll just sum it up with the last three, I feel like when it comes to fitness, the last three things to consider: recovery, supplementation, and mindset. These are my big five for fitness. So if we're working together, if I'm coaching you, this is what I'm coaching you on right here. Exercise, nutrition, recovery, supplementation, and mindset. Get really into it. I'll leave you with a little thing on mindset to consider. Imagine that you're in the ocean and you're swimming around, right? And if you've ever been in the ocean, you know that it has a riptide, that feeling underneath where it's kind of pulling you back, right? You know what I'm talking about? Well, if you've been in the ocean, you know what I'm talking about. It pulls you, it has a pulling effect. Now, as you're going towards your goals, many times in life, you're striving towards your fitness goal. As you're striving towards your goal, the riptide is pulling you back. It's pulling you back but you're going forward. How are you going forward? You're doing your disciplines. You're exercising, you're eating healthy, you're getting your rest, you're supplementing intelligently, and you're working on your mindset. How do you work on your mindset? I'll leave you with this. I keep saying that. I'll leave you with this. This is what I say every day for my fitness goals, and you can phrase yours the same way. I am happy and grateful now. And you can write that down. It might take a couple times to memorize it. I am happy and grateful now that I am, and then you put in your goal, what it is you want. So I want to be 185. So tomorrow when I'm driving to the studio, I'm going to be driving up, saying my prayers and meditation. I'm going to be saying, I am happy and grateful now. See, that's the thing. We put it right now in the present tense. See, that's the thing about mind. If you study into mindset, any kind of mindset, the mind doesn't really know. I mean, you tell the mind that you are now, that I am now 185 pounds, although actually I'm currently 175. But when I tell my mind that I am happy and grateful now, that I am 185 pounds, feeling strong and healthy like a supple leopard. And then I go on, I have a few other things that I say. But when I say it like that, I'm telling my mind that I'm happy and grateful now, right now, in the present. And that words I am, those words are very powerful. I am happy and grateful now that I am, and you put in your goal, right? So I want to share that with you. If you have any questions about coaching, please consider reaching out. The number is on the screen. Text me 520-400-9573. There's a reason you're watching this right now. If you're feeling any kind of motivation, strike while the iron's hot. That's what you're going to want to do. Strike while the iron's hot and take action. How do you take action? If you can do it on your own, great. Do it. Have a great week and go crush it. If you want to team up together and you want to, I can guarantee, this is what I've been guaranteeing. If this is something of interest, I've been guaranteeing 30 pounds for my weight loss coaching. Anybody watching this that's not in my local area and they want to lose weight, I have a 16-week program, 30 pounds in 16 weeks, and we're going to keep it off. And that's my coaching promise to you. That's my guarantee, right? I feel and believe that you can do it. So if that's something you want to do, consider reaching out to me right now. I'd love to share that with you. I'm going to go back to this, and that's it for now. So I really appreciate your time. I did want to leave you. I kind of debated whether or not I wanted to share this. I am building a YouTube channel. I actually have it. It's on YouTube. Duh. All right. So it's on YouTube, but all my life since I was 14, I've been passionate about fitness. The last 5 years, I've been passionate about finance as well because I'm trying to catch up the two, right? So I'm passionate about fitness and finance, right? So that's why I have the F&F YouTube channel, right? Now, what I talk about here is I do talk about fitness videos right now. Matter of fact, I'm streaming live on here as we're talking. That's it right there. But then I also do finance and cryptocurrency. Now, why is that important? Okay, I'm going to share with you why that's important. I just recently had a very wise client tell me that it's very simple when we're investing in things like how to grow your money and stuff. Put money in something that you believe in, and then just keep investing in it. Most people, they dollar cost average, meaning that every week they just put a little bit in every week, right? And that's how they invest, and that's a very solid approach, right? So with that in mind, I am promoting an academy, right, that teaches all about what to do with some things to believe in. Okay, there's all kind of, you've probably heard about digital assets or cryptocurrency. Probably heard of it right now. We're actually kind of in a great time in the market where we're still kind of in a bear market, meaning like prices are down. They could still go down. I hope they do keep going down, because that means I can accumulate more, because I am dollar cost averaging every week. I'm buying the things that I believe in. But how do you know what to believe in? That's the thing, is you don't really know unless you do a study, right? Now, there's lots of stuff on YouTube, and what I have found, and most YouTubers have their own private groups where they give you true coaching, right? The true coaching. Well, I'm promoting the I Am Academy, right? So I Am Academy, and basically we have we have over 200 different instructors, right? Now, and they teach you, and that's why it's important to learn, if you're interested in this kind of thing, about growing the money that you're making. If you're interested in that sort of thing, not everybody needs to. Some people's already there, and that's great. For those people that's looking to learn about how you can take advantage of an emerging category, from what I have found, is that digital assets are going to be one of the major emerging categories in the future. That's what I believe. It could go down to zero, or it could go down up to, you never know in the world. You never know what's going to happen. But that is what I believe and feel. But you can see right now where we're at. If you look up on the screen, there's well over, and this is not even all of them, there's well over 10,000 different digital currencies. So how do you know which one to buy into, right? Well, you have to do a study, right? You have to do a study. So what I recommend, and I did put the link to the IM Academy, like right here. I put the link. People can click it. It's on my YouTube channel. Boom, takes you there. And then you just sign up for the DCX Academy. There's different academies. We're doing the DCX Academy, right? That's what there's other ones if you want to learn. There's digital currency exchange, and there's even other academies. Oh my gosh, this company has a lot of education. I'm just like a sponge. I'm trying to absorb everything I can. I wish I was as fast as a computer and I could just download it. But the DCX Academy is all about digital currencies, and they educate people specifically on that. Now, I'll just kind of briefly, fortunately, a few years ago, I had a client tell me about Bitcoin, right? This is Bitcoin right here. This is a look. I just give you a little taste of what it's all about. If you're interested, if you're not, that's okay. Go ahead and pass that on. But part of this is what's financing my journey to reduce global obesity. Currently, global obesity is about 38.75% in the whole globe. I feel like we can bring it down to beneath 20%. But to get to every country, every state, every county, every city, every little prick and cranny of the whole globe, it takes a lot of people, and the more resources you have, the better, right? But now, I'll just share with you. So if you're interested in going on this journey, this is part of just a little overview on Bitcoin. Now, what you're looking at right now, these are called candlestick charts, right? So I'm just going to switch it to what they call a line chart, which makes it a little bit easier to kind of tell what the price is, what has been, right? But you can see for many years, it started out here. This is on and look at here, this is on a monthly view. So we've actually zoomed way out time. Each one of these candles represents 1 month, right? This is just basics I'm sharing with you. Each one of these candles represents 1 month, right? So it represents 1 month, right? Now, and each one is a month. This is a month right here. We're currently in June. This is where we're at right now. Each one of these is 1 month. Okay, you can see now back here, right here, what was the price? Obviously, when it started, it was real low, right? Okay, so we peaked out here around 17,000. And look up here, it went all the way up to about 68, 69,000, right? And then now where are we at? 26,000. Okay, so most people, you don't want to stare at the charts all the time, and I totally get that. You're not somebody that wants to just take advantage of everything, but for the average investor, just buying something you believe in, holding it for the long term. Say if you saved a little bit of money every week. This is just an example. Say you put some money every week, and eventually you had finally put in $10,000 worth, right? Okay. Now, say the price now is right around 26,000, right? If the price goes up to, and hopefully God willing it will, to 100,000, that's almost 4 times your money. So that's kind of the idea behind that. Now, a lot of people believe that the Bitcoin could even potentially go up over this number right here. Maybe it's 5 years down the road, 10 years, 20 years, maybe never. We don't know, but that's the potential. Okay. That's the potential. Right. So these are just some things long term. And so we're not worried about the price day to day. We're just investing every week, just buying a little bit, buying a little bit, buying a little bit in hopes that it's going to do what it's supposed to do. And then we can sell it later. Right. That's investing. We take $1 today and you get $4 later, something like that. So that's kind of the idea. Now that's the big picture. Now you can also, if you're trying to learn how to become a trader, an experienced trader, this is zooming in. This is Bitcoin. It's the same thing. This is kind of fun if you're into this kind of thing. But this little piece right here, these last two, we're just going to zoom right into those last two. And this is based on the hour time frame. See this 1 hour look? Now we're kind of looking at it real kind of close up on the hour. And every few days or so, we can kind of make a trade based on if it's going to our target or not, you know? And the teachers teach you how to do this in a way that's very effective. And you learn how to manage risk and all this kind of stuff. But now look at this. We can even take it even further if you're kind of a wild person and want to have fun and don't mind more swings but more chance, but more reward as well. It's higher risk as we narrow it down to the 15-minute time frame. See this 15-minute here? This is basic time frames I'm teaching you. This is the monthly look. This is the hourly look. This is the 15-minute look. Now on the 15-minute look, we have this we have put Bitcoin into a box. And if it goes up or down, we decide what we want to do, and we can profit either way. That's the thing about it. The price goes down, we can profit. The price goes up, we can profit. So the teachers teach you how to do this in a very safe and fun way. You can interact with them and everything. So I'm going to see if I can pull up the schedule real quick, and then I'm going to let us go. Let's see here. Let's go IM Center. I'm going to show you the back office real quick. Go live. This is where you go live every week, Sunday through Saturday. We have live scheduled teachings. Like, look at this right here, Sunday through Saturday. Look at the schedule that they bring us every week. You can base it on your time frame. Mine's Phoenix time frame. Put your time frame in there, and it'll pull it out for you. Look at this schedule right here. Every week you're learning. So that's the thing, is I've taken on this journey of just learning and becoming professional in this area as well. I'm very passionate about it. I'm currently, this guy here, Oron, he is teaching how to use this system right here. You can trade anything, not just Bitcoin. You can trade Forex. You can trade, oil and gold and US, and there's stocks. I mean, there's all kind of things. I'm just I feel so much like I'm still learning myself, so I'm just trying to do the best I can and sharing it with you, right? Sharing it with you. So we're looking for people that are interested and coming along with us and joining on the journey. So if you have any interest in this, this has been a lot big benefit in my life. I'd love to have, if you're interested in collaborating or have any interest in finding out more about the DCX, want to talk on the phone, just call me, text me anytime. If I'm in a session, I'll call you back. If I'm sleeping, I'll call you back. All right. So that's it right now. And remember, just going to keep the basics here of the fitness to get your exercise, get your nutrition. Remember to watch the documentaries, The Game Changers, Forks Over Knives, Dominion, and Seaspiracy. Recovery, get your 7.5 to 9 hours sleep a night. Supplementation, supplement intelligently, and have that mindset. Every day, repeat your goals. I am happy and grateful now that I am, and you put your goal in there, right? And if you're interested in talking to me about any of this, my number's right there. Call me, text me anytime. I'm very easy to talk to, and I'd love for us to collaborate. It's the reason why you're watching this right now. Let's get something going. Let's move. Let's be the best that we can be, and that's gonna rub off too. Other people see that in you. It's gonna rub off on you, on everyone. All right. So I appreciate your time and your energy. Oh, and last, right before I leave, I'll leave you with this. I like to say on the fitness and finance that health is wealth, right? That's important. Our health is our wealth. If we don't have our health, man, it doesn't matter how many millions or billions we have. If we don't have our health, it's horrible, right? So think about it. Health is wealth. So if you're blessed with health, and I believe you are, if you're blessed with health, be grateful for that. And just remember, health is wealth. That's the number one thing. Health is wealth. And that's the top of my saying. I'm going to create a little jingle around this. Health is wealth. Cash flow is king. Remember how I used to say cash is king? Well, my mentor says, and I've taken this on, cash flow is king, right? So we do want to have cash, but cash flow is king. So kind of the fun slogan is health is wealth, cash flow is king, right? The cash flow coming in is king. Cash is queen, and credit is freedom. So those four things. Health is wealth, cash flow is king, cash is queen, and credit is freedom. If you have great credit, money's cheaper, it's easy to houses and cars, all that stuff becomes a lot easier, right, for you. So consider those things as you're going forward. But number one, health is wealth. Keep that in mind and reach out to me to collaborate on any of this. If you feel that nudge in you, go ahead and reach out. Bye for now.